then I think it's absolutely acceptable.
Okay. So if a supermarket other than your regular have a monthly sale of 15% off in everything on the store, will you switch supermarkets to take advantage of the deal?
Definitely. That's like the first Tuesday of the month for Safeway is 50% off, so that's when we usually stock up as much as we possibly can. Other than that, if we don't shop at Safeway, it's in Superstore.
So which type of sales promotion do you prefer the most? Like an in-store special, coupons, or free gifts?
I'd have to say in-store specials, because they actually don't really require any preparation before you get into the store, and they're usually pretty big signs that have these deals, and they're pretty persuasive, so I'd say those are my favorite.
Okay, so how brand loyal are you?
I would say I'm not brand loyal at all, because I won't hesitate to go for a cheaper thing if it's the exact same thing.
Okay, so if you see a sale on a brand, which was your preferred brand, will you switch in order to take advantages of the price discount?
Yep, definitely. I'll go right to the new one.
Okay, so to what extent do you base your buying decisions on discount prices?
100%.
100%? Okay, so thank you for your presentation. As you see, this couple of questions we asked in our research, we have conducted our survey on the University of Lethbridge in various classes. We have interviewed 100 participants from third and fourth year students. As well, most of their responses are similar to Shamer's feedback, and our survey also includes 5 open-ended questions and 13 closed-ended questions. This type of survey gives us the opportunity for students to explain their opinion and share, in some cases, with more detailed experience. Now I gonna pass to Nicole, and she gonna say about our results.
Welcome back, everybody. So now I will analyze a little bit more the results of our research. As Maggie have said, a lot of our answers from our participants were similar at the feedback that Seamus Byrne provided us. A lot of our participants were students there for years, and then they have a limited budget, and they rather buy things cheap and get discounts, and they love self-promotional tools. So now we'll go to our next screen, which will discuss a little bit more the results. As you can see here, first we asked about supermarkets, and 37% of our participants shops in Safeway. 34% of our participants shops in Superstore. Next, loyalty cards. 62% of our participants have loyalty cards. They love loyalty cards because they can save points and get some discounts in their products and purchases. And 38% of our participants were not interested in loyalty cards. That didn't motivate them to be involved in that program, so they didn't use it. Next was about free gift. One of our questions was if customers will buy products because of a freebie gift. And 62% said yes, 38% said no. They were not that interested in free gift, they just were brand loyal to one brand, and they will not switch that brand that easily for a free gift. But the 62% of the participants that said yes, we found 3 main categories. The first category was alcohol. Most of our participants, like you can see here in our self-promotional tools space, they bought a big bottle of alcohol in order to get the small bottle of alcohol for free. This is their main motivator, their free gift. So they can switch 4 products in order to get the free gift. In the other category was cosmetics. 26% of our participants, sometimes they shop cosmetics, perfumes, and then they get the other one for free, and that's what the main motivator, the other one for free. And clothing, like I said before, you buy one t-shirt, you get the other t-shirt for free. We can have it here. So that's what motivates a lot of participants to buy clothing. And now we'll go to brand loyalty. As you can see here, we have in this graph, we found that the mean was 3.67. This was almost in the side of not brand loyal at all, and this side was brand loyal, really brand loyal. So most of our participants were located neutral, almost in the middle, and more inclined to not brand loyal. Like you know, they were university students. Another interesting result was that 85% of our participants will switch from brands or supermarkets in order to take advantage of other supermarkets with deals. For example, every Tuesday of every month, Safeway have a discount on everything on their store, 15% off, like James have mentioned. And a lot of students will just switch from their regular supermarket to go to Safeway and get advantage of the purchase. But after sale is over, they will return to their regular supermarkets. Other interesting results were that 50% of our participants would like to shop in a supermarket with limited discounts but relatively better quality. And really near to that 50% was that the 47% of participants would like to shop in a supermarket with lots of discounts and average quality. So these two results were really near, 50 and 47%. As we can see, the difference is not that big, almost similar. In looking at brand loyalty, I just mentioned 3.67 are mean. In the other hand, looking at the sales promotional tools, 59% of our participants feel more attracted for in-store specials because you don't need preparation, it's just there, it's really easy and save you time that other sales promotional tools doesn't. Thank you so much. Now we will go back to the studios. Hello everybody, welcome back. Okay, so after analyzing our results and summarizing all our findings, we can see that a lot of students are not that brand loyal. They will switch from stores, products, or brands. Self-promotional tools, on the other hand, are a really key, important strategies for a lot of stores like supermarkets to take in consideration to attract consumers for a short time. But they can play around, and a lot of these promotional tools can make these customers become loyal. Some of these promotional tools are not that strong, and for that reason they cannot retain consumers. Consumers will just switch for the discounts, like they will switch supermarket, but they will go back to a regular supermarket. So they have to research more in methods to retain the customer for a long term. As we could see as well, customers, like students, they are always happy to get something for free, a discount price, and a free t-shirt, a free sample. So they are always working towards getting that. They feel more rewarded, they feel more valuable, and especially loyalty programs make customers more involved, and these type of self-promotional tools can be as long-term strategy for a lot of stores, because you get points as much as you shop in the store. So it's like in the long term you can get a lot of points and get a big prize or a big discount. So as other research in a literature review have described, that these type loyalty program cards are type of long-term strategy for retailers or business. Some of our limitation of our study was that we didn't ask demographics, we didn't ask the age or the participant sex. We didn't know if they were females or males. We just have a generalized target market is university students, 3rd or 4th year. So our results cannot be overall they cannot be translated into the overall population. You have to see the different segments have different ways of spend their money. For example, the people that works, they care more about quality and not that much about the discounts and the self-promotional tools. So also researchers have to have in consideration when they use these self-promotional tools for which target market they are targeting these self-promotional tools. As well, for future research, they can look more specific at one self-promotional tool and explore more in deep. So in that way, customers can focus in one, like loyalty program cards and how to retain consumers on the long-term run. But in overall, we did a really great project. We learned a lot. It was a lot of contribution for our participants. We thank so much our university students of the University of Lethbridge for their participation, and overall self-promotional tools are a key thing for any business that everyone have to consider it, and what a pleasure to save money. Thank you so much for being in our program today, and have a good evening, everybody.